So, a very good evening to the all dear students and all the people who are watching this live session. Thank you for joining us. So, as you all know that there is some purpose that you have visited this channel, that is the SATLAS, and you also know that what about the SATLAS is. Still, I'm going to tell you that SATLAS is that initiative which you can call simply the Atlas for the SAT exam that we also call to the SET exam. So the way you get everything in the atlas regarding the planet that we live on. So if this exam is really important and we talk about the global importance, so definitely it is very important. So definitely something to bring up, like which can give you everything regarding this examination. For that purpose we have the atlas which will provide you everything that you need, whether it is about the mentorship, whether it is about the preparation, and in the preparation if you want to solve papers, to practice the question, to learn the concept, anything that you need, we all have it in the atlas. Like for that purpose only we are bringing this live sessions. So today I'm going to teach you the maths, and in particularly maths we're going to cover some important topics, and also along with that I'm going to give you all the tips and tricks that definitely you try to look here and there, that okay, somebody can give me any particular tip which can help me in the examination. Everything I'm going to get in this particular session and the upcoming live session. So thank you for joining us live, and now we're going to start with the session. So let me see the comment box if I okay. So now we will start. So basically if we talk about this particular session, what is going to be the methodology for this particular session. So as you can see that if you're able to see that tip 1 linear function. So let me tell you in brief that what do we like, okay, how we have arranged the topics. So basically SAT maths, if I talk about in particularly SAT maths, so not like okay, a very vast syllabus is there, only we have 3 major units and one we have the additional topics as well, in which we have certain topics like circle and everything. But yes, if I talk about 3 major units under which we have many subtopics, right? Like we have linear function, we have system of equation, and under linear function there are many topics where I've seen students struggling. Like if we talk about the midpoint formula, if we talk about the section formula, if we talk about the perpendicular line, the condition of that. So what we have done, we have actually divided the whole syllabus into number of tips. Now tip is basically what, a very small concept that what you need to do, you are quickly going to revise it with me, and then we're going to do few questions which are totally oriented as per the tip, and definitely they are all as per the SAT standard. So we will revise the topic and then we'll do few questions so that you can actually understand and can build the conceptual clarity regarding the topic also. And also while doing the question you can simply assess yourself, and if you are not able to do any question or if you want something extra, and then I'm here, right? I'm going to tell you everything that is required for that particular topic and for the specific question. Okay, so now we're going to start with the session. If you have any doubt, then please put it in the comment box. Throughout the session I'm available there for you while teaching it. I'm going to keep having the view over the comment section, so if you have any doubt, please put your comment there regarding, that is regarding the preparation for the exam. If it is related to any particular question or concept, please do let me know that, and I am here, my team is here to help you out in every way. So let us start with the session now. Yes. Okay, so now we're ready. Now, if I talk about the tip 1, basically the linear function. Now, this is the most important topic of the syllabus. Now, why I'm telling that? Because linear function is something for sure the question will come in the examination. You can count in 2 questions, you can count in 3 questions. Okay. But the point is that the importance of this topic is that it plays a very important role in what, in understanding the quadratic function and the various other type of function. So just because of that, it makes it a very important topic. So let us quickly understand, have a quick revision of it, then we'll move on to the question. If I talk about the linear function, then it simply represents the straight line. Okay, you need to understand that particular thing. And straight line is what? Nothing but a linear equation. So linear function, if I talk about the most standard format of the linear function, then it is given by fx equals to mx plus b. Now you need to understand there are 2-3 standard format that we need to have an idea, that we need to be very much clear about, that what are the different forms of the linear function. Okay. So if I talk about the first form, that is the slope intercept form. From the name itself, you can understand that it will include the slope in itself and the intercept, right? So it is given by fx equals to mx plus b. Now here you can see that what m represent, it represents the slope of the straight line, a slope of the graph of the function. B is nothing but your y-intercept. Okay, if you remember in the last session, I give you the ultimate tip. That is what, how to calculate the intercept for y-intercept and x-intercept. If you have not watched that video, please definitely, we're going to put that link in the description. Please do look at it, because this is something that is very important, and maybe like, okay, if we need it, then I'm going to again tell you that. Now, if we talk about the slope thing, so first of all, we need to understand that what do we mean by slope. So slope is something that we directly calculate by taking the difference, or basically taking the change in y, dividing it by change in x. Okay, so slope is nothing but change in y, that is delta y, divided by delta x, that is change in x, right? Now here you need to understand one thing. What is that? That is the second one. That is the point slope form. So if you talk about the point slope format of the linear function, then what do we mean by it? Just a second. Yes. What do we mean by that? That is nothing but y minus y1 equals to m times x minus x1. Okay. So here, what is x1, y1, sir? It is nothing but a point on the line. Remember that. That if you know the intercept, that is y-intercept, and if you know the slope, you can directly tell me the linear function, that will be fx equal to mx plus b. But let's say if you know a point on the line, that means a point on the graph, and you know the slope value, then you can directly find the function using y minus y1 equals to m times x minus x1, which is nothing but again going to give you the equation of the straight line or the linear function. Okay, if we talk about the other format, that is what we call the general form and the standard form. Actually both are one in the same thing, but more frequent, like, okay, or more prevalent form is this: ax plus by plus c equal to 0. Remember this. This is nothing but sometimes they ask you the linear function in this format or the equation of line in this format. So whatever equation we have to convert it in this way, so that we can get the values of a, b, c. A, b and c, all these are constant. So we have got the idea what is linear function. It represents a straight line. What are the different formats? What is slope? That also we have, okay, covered. One very important idea that you need to know, that slope is what, it remains constant throughout the graph or for all the values of the function. Basically, what do we mean by slope? It is nothing but the change in y dividing it by change in x, right? So whatever, you will need two pair of points, basically one pair of points, basically 2 points, right? So whatever 2 points you select out of the infinite number of points, can you tell me how many points will be there on the straight line? Please tell me in the comment box how many points lies over a straight line. How many points lie over a straight line? We have infinite number of points, right? We cannot count them. So basically, if you pick any pair of point, if you pick any 2 points, you calculate the value of slope, that will always going to give you the same value. This is a very basic and very minute concept, but yes, you need to know that. Okay, now here let us focus on the question part. So from the question you will learn more, because definitely the concept seems easy, but question definitely comes out of, like, okay, of a very vast range. So you need to understand all the types of question, and you need to understand it, how to build that approach. Some question will be lengthy, that means they will take 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes, or some question will be so much easy that you will be able to do them within 30 seconds. So let us quickly have a look over the questions. For a linear function f, we have been given f of 0 to f of 3, 5. And they're asking that if f of 5 is k, what is the value of k? Now, whenever they give you this type of question in which they have provided you some condition, condition means what? They've given you some value of x, for which they have also given you the value of y. Like f of 0 equals to 2 means that for x equal to 0, we have y equals to 2. For f of 3 equals to 5 means for x equal to 3, we have y equal to 5. Now they have given that for x equal to 5, if y equals to k, then what is the value of k? So the moment you get it, simply or quickly assume the function to be mx plus b. Once you do that, now utilize the given to condition. So if I put x equal to 0, I will get f of 0. That will be what? M times 0, that is 0, plus b, and this is equal to 2. So from here we have directly got one thing, that is b equals to 2. That means our function is fx equals to mx plus 2, right? Now what we need to do? They have given us one more condition. So I will put that again. So f of 3 is what? 3m plus 2. What they have given is, they have given it equal to 5. From here 3m is 5 minus 2 3, or we can say that m is 1. So we have got the value of m also. So our function will be what? You put m here, so you will get x plus 2. This is our linear function. What they're asking, f of 5. Put f of 5, basically x equal to 5. 5 plus 2, that is 7. So k is 7. So I guess hardly 45 seconds we should take to solve such kind of question, right? Very simple. Now we will move on to the next question. Understood the first question? Give me yes or no. Let me erase it. Understood the first question? Great. Right. Now let us move on to the next question. So here we are, what we are having, they've given us the table. So you need to understand that these type of questions are also very much prevalent in the examination, where they provide you the information in a table and then they ask whatever information they want to ask. Okay. Now you can also try to solve it out. I can give you 30 seconds. I'm giving you 30 seconds. Try to solve this question, else I'm going to explain it so that you can understand the approach and how we need to do the calculation. So we have the timer on the screen. Yes, come on. Basic question. Based on a very basic concept, you should be able to do it. Right now, don't focus on the speed. Try to focus on the accuracy. I've seen student, okay, who really do the question really fast. But if you are not going to maintain the accuracy, then definitely there is no way that you can score 700, 750 plus. I'm talking about the math section. Okay, that much number of marks can only be simply you can get by having the 100% accuracy. Basically what, when you only effort to simply what, you can like, okay, let's say mark 2 or 3 questions wrong, okay, that only can going to make you score 750 plus. So that is something you need to keep in mind from the beginning. Okay, so B is saying that it should be C. Let us quickly see it. So here you can see that they've given us the table. Now what they're asking us the value of A plus B. So what we're going to do, whenever they provide you this kind of question, what you need to do, you can do two things, or there are two formats. Either you can assume the function that will be mx plus, let's say, k. Now you can utilize the condition. You will have two equation, two format. You can solve it out. But there is another format also. What is that? That if you remember, I told you at the very first 10 minutes of this session that slope is something that remains constant, what, for any two values or for any pair of points, right? Now here I have 3 points, so I'm going to make two pairs out of it. Like if I call a b c, so if I calculate mab, basically slope using a and b point, what is the slope? Formula is delta y by delta x, basically change in y by change in x. So this will be 12 minus a divided by 1 minus 0, so it is coming out to be 12 minus a. If we go for mbc, so that will be what, MBC will be what? Now you can calculate B minus 12. That will be 2 minus 1. So it is B minus 12. Right? Now these two should be same. So 12 minus A equals to B minus, yes, 12. So from here we have got A plus B. That should be equal to 24. So I guess neither the answer is C nor it is D. It should be A, 24. Got it? A plus B should be 24. Option A is correct. Good. Now we will move on to the next question. If you have any doubt, then please put it in the comment box. Now see, next question is very simple question. Like here you can see that a linear function ax plus by plus c equals to 0 for a greater than 0, b less than 0, c greater than 0. Which of the following graph best represent the graph of the function? Trust me, this type of question you can easily expect in the examination. Why? Because here the question is simply asking you that how much you know about or how much conceptual understanding you have regarding the slope and the intercept. So here I have ax plus by plus equals to 0. Now let's say you don't have any idea regarding this form. So I simply suggest the students to convert it into what y equals to mx plus c format. because that is something that we are more familiar with, right? Because we know that M is slope, C is the y-intercept. So what and how are you going to do it? By will be equal to minus ax minus c, or we will have y equal to minus a by b times x minus c by b. Yes or no? Right? Now try to look for the given condition. A is greater than 0, B is less than 0. Here, if we compare it with mx plus k, so here you can see that slope is coming out to be minus a by b. Now see, if a is positive, if a is positive, b is negative, what will be a by b? If a is positive, b is negative, please tell me what will be the nature of the fraction a by b. Come on, quickly tell me. If numerator denominator are there, if both are positive, both are negative, fraction is positive. But if one of them is positive and other one is negative, then always the fraction will be negative. So if a by b is negative, so minus times a by b will be positive. Are you getting my point? So slope is positive. Okay. Now you need to understand one more thing. C is positive here. If C is positive and B is negative, so what will be C by B? Again, it will be negative because one is positive, one is negative. So if C by B is negative, what will be minus C by B? This whole quantity will be positive. That means what? The y-intercept of the straight line is positive. If y-intercept is positive, that means what? The graph is going to cut the positive y-axis. Yes or no? If y equal to mx plus c, we have, if c is positive, that means what? That means what? The graph will intersect the positive y-axis. If c is negative, the graph will cut the negative y-axis, right? So here, if c basically intercept should be positive, so we will reject this part and this part because it should cut the positive y-axis. Now, sir, which line to be selected, A or D? For that, you need to see the slope. If slope is positive, the line will always make an acute angle with the positive x-axis. Remember that. If slope is positive, then line will always give you what? An acute angle with the positive x-axis. Or you can take it in that way. If slope is positive, that means what? That once you will increase the x, the y should also increase. That is only possible for such kind of lines, because if m is negative, then line will show this kind of nature. So clearly you can see that for x being increased, y is decreasing, or you can see that it is making an obtuse angle. So for sure what? M is positive, so D is correct. So I hope you got the whole analysis of the concept, that okay, how we are dealing with such kind of question. I guess once you're clear with this concept of slope and the intercept, that okay, what happens when they are positive or negative, I don't think that you will face any problem regarding the question based on this concept. Please give me yes or no if you have understood the whole thing. So if you want to ask for any tips, that is there for what? Non-calculator question. See, non-calculator question is basically what? Already they have a very easy nature. Now you only get what? For non-calculator, I hope you know the pattern. If you go for non-calculator, we know that there will be 20 question, and for which you need, or you will have 25 minutes. So already you are having very less time. You're not even getting, let's say, 1 minute 30 seconds for each question, right? So few question will be way more than easy. Like this question, definitely it is of non-calculator nature, but it will take you at least 1 minute if you're thorough with the concept. If you are not, then you might take 2-3 minutes, so it will be a disaster for you. So try to have a solid understanding, then I think that it will be very easy for you to do the question faster also, and with what, while maintaining the accuracy. Okay, now we'll move on to the next question. See, we have a lot of question in this particular tip, okay, because linear function is one of the most important topics. So I don't simply want to wrap up the topic and then say that, okay, I've completed the topic. No, that is not my thing. That is not the SATLAS thing. We want to complete and teach you every topic that is as per the base on the level of the examination of the SAT. And also, and we try to at least build that much level for that, like okay, it is like kind of like a higher level than SAT. Why? So that nothing, like okay, no stone is unturned in your preparation. That is something that we look for. So try to just be with us, try to just prepare and just do a little bit of more hard work and the smart work, and while integrating your preparation along with the resources that SATLAS is providing you, I don't see any chances that you are not going to perform well. You will outperform everybody in the examination, and you are going to score very good. Okay, so now let us start with the question number 4. So question number 4 is again that type of question. I hope the moment you have read this question, you got the tip that I gave you in the first question, that whenever they provide you this type of condition, basically they have given you f of 3 as 2, f of 5 as 6, then they are asking for the y-intercept of the graph of f. So we will assume that f of x to be mx plus b. Now what they're asking you the value of b. What we will do? We know one thing. What is that? See, there are two ways to do it. What this is saying, x is 3, y is 2. This is saying x is 5, y equal to 6. Now one student will do what? He will put these 2 points in the function, will create two equation, and two equations, two variable already. So you will eliminate m, right? Or you can do what? You can directly calculate the value of m. How? You know that if you have 2 points on the graph, then take the change in y, divide it by change in x, you will get the value of m. So if I take 6 minus 2 and 5 minus 3, 6 minus 2 is 4, 5 minus 3 is 2, 4 by 2 is 2. The moment you try to understand and build that conceptual understanding of the topic, the question become that much easy. M is 2, put it here. So fx is nothing but twice of x plus b. Now utilize any condition. Let's say if I take f of 3, so f of 3 is what? So 2 times 3 plus b, this should be 2. So I guess this will become 6 plus b equal to 2, or I can see that b is minus 1. I guess hardly 40 seconds, 45 seconds to solve this question. Yes. Okay. But yes, for that you need to build that much understanding. Okay, now we'll move on to the next question. Again, same type of question. So I'm going to give you 30 seconds to solve this question. Come on. You have 30 seconds to solve this question. So here you can see that they have given you for x equal to 3, y is minus 2. For x equal to 4, y is minus 4. Right? X intercept they are asking. So we'll see that how we calculate x intercept. But you know that to know the function, at least you need two things. To calculate the value of m, what we will do? So we will calculate the slope. So minus 4 minus of minus 2 and 4 minus 3. So minus 4 plus 2 by 1. So minus 2 is the slope. So fx is nothing but minus 2x plus c. Now utilize any condition. Let's say if I take f of 4 equal to minus 4. So f of 4 is minus 2 times 4 plus c, that should be equal to minus 4. So minus 8 plus c is minus 4. Or we can see that c will be what? C will be plus 4. We have got the thing, that is fx equals to, sir, minus 2x plus 4. Now tell me what they're asking. They're asking you x intercept. Now in the previous session, what I told you, whenever you want to calculate x intercept, you have to get the value of what? Put the value of y as 0, calculate the value of x, that will be x intercept. If you want to calculate y intercept, put x equal to 0, calculate the value of y. So if I want to calculate x intercept, I will put this equal to 0. So here I will get minus 2x plus 4 equal to 0. That means x equals to 2. So yes, Avdesh is giving the correct answer. That will be C. That is 2. Excellent. Tripti, we are not going to do such silly mistakes. Okay, option C is correct. 2 is correct. Okay. Now we'll move on to the next question. So question number 6 we have. They've given us the graph. So what they're asking, the graph of the function f is shown in the xy plane, but they've given us one condition. B is twice of a. Basically, B is 2a. Then what is the value of a? Now try to understand. Whether they give you the table or the graph on which they have plotted more than 2 points, right? Then always one thing that should come to mind, that okay, for any straight line, for any linear function, for any straight line, the slope value remains same irrespective of any pair of points you have selected. I hope you are getting my point. So what I will do, if I take these 2 points, so b minus 3 divided by a minus 0, this should be equal to b minus 0 divided by a minus 5. So from here we get b minus 3 divided by a, b minus b by a minus 1. Now I have seen student having one doubt. Let me clear that out. Okay. Okay. I have seen student having one doubt. So let me clear that out. Okay. Very nice rhyming. But yes, of no use. So try to understand the concept first. So basically what we're having, it does not matter that okay what pattern or what like okay sequence you have taken for the points to calculate the slope value. Sir, what do you mean? That if you do y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, you can actually do y1 minus y2 also, but provided that you will write x1 minus x2 in the denominator. Remember that whatever the y coordinate of any point you're putting in the first position, for the same point you will put the x coordinate first in the denominator. So if it is a comma b and 5 minus 0, so slope can be calculated in both ways. It can be b minus 0 divided by a minus 5, or it could have been 0 minus b divided by 5 minus. Is it clear to you that how we are calculating the slope? Is it clear to you how we're calculating the slope? So from here, what I will do, we know that b is twice of a. So put it there. So twice of a minus 3 divided by a, twice of a by a minus 5. Now let us cross multiply. 2a minus 3 times a minus 5 equals to 2a square. You have to multiply these two brackets. So 2a into a, 2a square. 2a into minus 5 minus 10a. Minus 3 into a minus 3a. Minus 3 into minus 5 plus 15 equals to 2a square. I guess this and this cancel out. Minus 10a minus 3a will be 13. Minus 13a plus 15 equals to 0. Or we can see that a will be what? 15 by 30. So option C is absolutely correct. Got it? Let me scroll it down so that you can see the whole solution. So A will be 15 by 30. Clear with this question? Very interesting question. And I hope you are able to build the conceptual understanding along with what that how to build that approach for each question. Now let us move on to the next question. So question number 7 we are having here. Question number 7 is saying what? That we have the function. Now they're asking that table shows above some values of the linear function. Which of the following represent the function? First of all, we know that two things matter for the function, right? One is the y-intercept, one is the slope value. Clearly, y-intercept is what? It is nothing but the value of y at x equal to 0. Clearly, you can see that x is 0 here, value of y is 4. So for any option, you try to eliminate that option in which we are not having what? Y-intercept as 4. So I guess, yes, all the options are having y-intercept 4. So we are having a hard luck there. Okay. But yes, we will calculate the slope quickly. So take any 2 points. So we can take these two also. So 4 minus 2 divided by 0 minus 1. 4 minus 2 is 2 divided by minus 1. So minus 2. So minus 2 is the slope. So function will be what? It will be minus 2x plus 4. Which is correct? B is correct. Hardly 25 seconds you should take, or max 30 seconds you should take to solve this question. Clear? Let us move on to the next question. Okay, now we will do two questions in the series. Okay, basically what we have, question number 8 and question number 9, they are kind of similar type only, but yes, you do need to understand this type too, because SAT like what SAT exam has a one very beautiful thing that they don't frame the question directly. Like okay, many of the question you will find that they are not directly framed like in numerical nature. They try to inculcate, they try to include what the practical or the real life based problem, including what which are based on mathematics. Okay, so we need to be that much comfortable with the concept and to understand the language also. These two are definitely very important aspect of any question. Sorry. So now we'll see question number 8 and question number 9. Question number 8 is saying this is one very famous relation that we have between the Fahrenheit and the Celsius. Both are the measure of the temperature. Both are different like scales, but yes, Fahrenheit and Celsius are related by the equation above. If Fahrenheit temperature increase by 27 degree, what is the degree increase in Celsius? Now, a student who is not having any like solid understanding of the linear function will at least spend 1 minute or 1 minute 30 seconds. This is a simple question, or might be if somebody get confused, then he or might she be, let's say, like fall into what marking this question incorrect or leaving this question. So what you need to understand that here F is 9 by 5 C plus 32. Now try to understand. If I assume F as Y and C as X, so can you see that it is nothing but like a linear function only, where F is the dependent variable, that is Y, C is the independent variable, that is 9 by 5. So here I can say that this is a linear relationship. So slope is 9 by 5, sir, right? So if Fahrenheit temperature is increased by 27 degree. Whatever value it had originally at the initial point, it has been increased to some, let's say, K1 to K2 value. But K2 minus K1 is what? 27. Why? Because they're saying that by how much amount it has been increased. So basically, the delta F they have given us, we know that slope is what? Delta F by delta C. It is nothing but delta Y by delta X. So we will get what? M, that is 9 by 5. Delta F is what? 27. Delta C we need to calculate. See how simple this question we have made it now. So 9 times 3, 27. So delta C is 50. So again, a question that you should hardly take 40 to 45 seconds. Why I'm increasing like, okay, 30 to 45? Because I'm just giving you that 15 to 20 seconds just to read the question out and to quickly, like, okay, to give that time to strike, like, okay, so that that idea can strike your mind that okay, this is based on the linear function and I'm going to use this particular formula 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 based on the linear function. So P is here 7 by 12 K plus 60. Again, you can see that this is kind of a linear function. P is increased by 35. So I'm going to put 7 by 12 equals to delta P by delta K. So delta P they have given us 35. Delta K we want to calculate it. 7 times 5, 35. Delta K is 12 into 5. That is what? 60. So see, question is very easy. Any doubt? Any doubt? Great. Now let us move on to the next question. So question number 10. Very good question. Trust me, this is one of the most tough and yet like definitely conceptual question in this particular exercise. So let us quickly say it. They have given us in the diagram a circle on which clearly this line L is nothing but a tangent because it is simply touching it at the point 8 comma t. If this is happening in the xy plane, circle is basically tangent to this line. Uh, x-axis, y-axis also touching to this. If the radius of circle is 5, what is the value of t? They have provided us that the radius of this circle is 5. Now assume that let's say its center is somewhere here. We know that if we simply draw a line segment joining the center to the point of tangency, basically the point where the tangent is drawn, then radius is what? Basically this is radius only. Let CP. CP is radius and CP will be perpendicular to the tangent because we know that radius is always perpendicular to tangent. Right. Now see, if this is C, then also we know that if I call it B and if I call it A. So CA is also equal to CB because both are radius. Right? If both are radius, that means what? Both are having value 5. And here x-axis and y-axis are also nothing but acting as a tangent. So this is also perpendicular. So can I say that the coordinates of C is 5 comma 5? Give me yes or no. Can I say the coordinates of C is nothing but 5 comma 5? Right? Because any line which is perpendicular to x-axis, let's say if this is k, then it will have the y coordinate to be k. Similarly, if any line which is perpendicular to y-axis and if it is, let's say, p, then that point will have the x coordinate to be p. Okay, so this is something that we should know as the basics of partition system. So C is 5 comma 5, this is 8 comma t, and CP is already r, which is nothing but 5. So we know that using the distance formula, that is what this will be what? Yes, we know the distance formula, right? We have A point is x1 comma y1. We have B point is x2 comma y2. So how we find AB? So it is nothing but square root of x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square, right? So this will give us what? 8 minus 5 square plus t minus 5 square, right? This should be equal to 5. Let us square on both sides. So 8 minus 5 is 3, 3 square is 9. So 9 plus t minus 5 whole square, this should be 25. So t minus 5 square is what? 25 minus 9, that is 16. If we take the square root on both sides, t minus 5 will be equal to plus minus 4, because 16 square root of 16 is this. If we take plus, so t is 5 plus 4, that is 9. Or if we take minus, so t will be what? Minus 5, sorry, plus 5 minus 4, that is 1. Which option it is matching? C option. I hope you are able to get the solution. Any doubt? Yes. If you have any doubt, then put it in the comment box. Okay, great. Now let us move on to the next question. So question number 11 now. So question number 11 is what? F of 3 is 6, f of 5 is 12. What is the slope? I guess I should give you 20 seconds to solve this question. Tell me what will be the answer. Yes, this will be what? This is a point that is, this is the point 3 comma 6. This is the point 5 comma 12. Why? For x equal to 3, y is 6. For x equal to 5, y is 12. Slope will be what? 12 minus 6 by 5 minus 3. Sir, can it be 6 minus 12 by 3 minus 5? Yes, you can write it anyway. Okay, I have already explained this. So 12 minus 6 is 6. 5 minus 3 is 2. So I guess 20 seconds you should take to solve this type of question. Now we'll move on to the question number 12. So question number 12 is saying, just a second, let me zoom out a little bit. Yes. Question number 12 is saying, here we are having the XY plane, and in which we can see that line L is there on which a point P is given, and this is having the slope minus 1 by 2. What is the x-intercept of the line L? Now try to understand. This line L is there. We want the x-intercept. What is the x-intercept? Can you tell me what is the x-intercept, please? In the comment box, can you tell me what is the x-intercept? I guess I have explained it in that many times that you should be able to tell me what is the x-intercept. What is the x-intercept? Yes, x-intercept is a point that what? That line cuts on the x-axis. So they are asking about this point. And any point on the x-axis has this nature. What? It will be of this format. Yes or no? Why? Because y coordinate on x-axis will always be 0. So we want to calculate this value of a. And they've given us the slope. We know that this is 2 comma 2. So we will calculate the slope using AP. So this can be 2 minus 0 divided by 2 minus a. This should be minus 1 by 2. So this will give us 2 by 2 minus a should be equal to minus 1 by 2. So this will become, we will cross multiply. So 2 into 2, 4, minus 10 2 minus a, or basically 4 equal to minus 2 plus a. So basically a is 6. If a is 6, so the point is 6 comma 0. So C option is correct. Got it? Got the explanation that how we have calculated. See, I have seen students who take here like, okay, let's say this point is 0 comma 1, but that is of no use. They are not asking you for y-intercept or any other information. They're simply asking you x-intercept, so need to take the point as what? Which is cutting or which is being intersected on the x-axis by the line. Clear? Okay. So question number 13. Here, this is again a very good question, a little bit calculative, but we'll see that how to sail through it. Yes. So the table shows above what value of the linear function, right? And they're asking the value of p. So I have told you that whenever they provide you the table, what you're going to do, you don't assume the function. Simply use the value of what? Slope. And slope is nothing but change in y by change in x. So you take any pair of points. I can see that I will take first the points. first these 2 points. Why? Because I want the value of m. I don't want any variable in that. So if I calculate this slope values of 23 minus 5, right? 23 minus 5 and 8 minus 2. What is 23 minus 5? 18. 8 minus 2 is 6. 18 by 6 is 3. So slope we have got to be 3. Now we will take, if we take this 2 points. Why? Because I want to calculate the value of a first. Why? Because you can see that here I have a comma b, right? So I need the value of a first. So 23 minus a divided by 8 minus 4. This should be equal to what? This should be equal to 3. Yes or no? So 23 minus a should be equal to 8 minus 4 is 4 and 4 into 3 is 12. So from here a is 23 minus 12. That should be 11. So we have got the value of a is 11. Now what you do? You simply take these two. So 23 minus b, it should be 8 minus 11. It should be equal to 3. So 23 minus b divided by minus 3 equal to 3. So 23 minus b should be equal to minus 9, or we can say that b should be equal to 23 plus 9. That should be equal to 32. So option C is correct. So I already told you that this was a calculative question, but yes, we need to be prepared for what such questions also, because try to get yourself out of that comfort zone that okay, questions are going to be easy in SAT. See, anybody can score 400, 500, 300, but it is the race about what scoring 700 plus 650 plus 750 plus. For that you need to put that extra effort. More you will put that extra effort, more you will use the resources for the SATLAS, more you will watch these videos with utmost focus, solve the question, see the solution, try to learn the things, clear the doubts out. These many things play the important role, or they are the factors which are going to be very important, or which are going to play the most important role in scoring that much amount of score. Got it? Now we'll move on to the next question. So question number 14, so it is asking us that they've given us again table asking the value of a plus b. So what you should do, I guess now the idea should strike your mind. That's how we will use the slope value. This is a, this is 6, this is b. So 6 minus a divided by 5 minus 2, 3. Right? Now here we will equate two pair of points. Why? Because we are having only 3 points, right? So we will take two pair, basically one pair, we will equate them because we don't have the value of slope. Then it will become what? B minus 6 divided by 8 minus 5, that is again 3. I guess this and this cancel out. From here we will get a plus b equals to 12. Very simple question. What it? Okay, now we'll move on to the next question. That is the last question of this particular tip. So here you can see that in the xy plane, they have given us a point P which is 42 m, and they're asking the value of m. But they have given us 2 points. This length is 2. That means this point is 0 comma 2. If this is 3, so this point is minus 3 comma, yes, 0. Can we easily calculate what? The slope value? Yes. So that will be 2 minus 0 divided by 0 minus minus 3. So it is 2 by 3. Now what you do? You take the, or you apply the slope formula with this point and using any one of these points. Let us take 0 comma 2. So 2 by 3 should be equal to m minus 2, right? M minus 2 divided by 42 minus 0. So now we will solve this out. So 2 into 42 equals to 3 times m minus 2. I guess this and this will cancel out. 3 times, like if we divide that down, so we know that this will be 14. So 28, because 14 times root 28, m minus 2. So m is what? 28 plus 2, that is 30. So B is correct. So that is it for the tip 1. We solved 15 questions, and along with it we did the revision also. So I hope you got the idea that how we are going to solve the questions in the upcoming session. So definitely I would like that if you are going to like this video, because that is something that definitely boosts our morale also, and definitely it gives us the motivation to bring more like such quality content. Just because like okay, because something like okay we require, that is what, that at least you are you are liking the content or not, right? If you have any doubt, if you have any query, you can put it in the comment box. But if you are really getting the benefit out of it, please do subscribe the channel and please do like the video too. Okay, and you can share it with your friends, because SAT is that examination where you can find in any corner in all over world, in any corner of any country, you will find the students preparing for the SAT, right? So that is something that I can understand. So it will be a very great thing that if you're going to share the resources and the channel link and the video link with your friends. Okay, now the next step we're going to start. If you have any doubt regarding the linear function, any question that we have did out of the 15 question, or any other general doubt, please put it in the comment box. Okay, then we will start with the tip 2 now. So basically, if we talk about the tip 2, so let us first of all understand that what do we have in it. So now it is about the rate of change. Now you might see that okay, few topics will get repeated whatever I have taught you in the deep one, because definitely, as I told you, that the topics have been segregated at the micro level. So you will see that very basic and little topics, okay, are put up as a tip, because just because of the importance, and to actually when we study at the micro level, then the chances of getting like okay misunderstanding, or let's say like okay leaving any topic, they are reduced, right? So this is something. So let us quickly understand the rate of change and then we'll do the questions. So if we talk about the rate of change, now you need to understand one thing. Rate of change means what? That I have seen student, okay, if I ask rate of change, then they'll simply give me the answer, sir, y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. No, this can work out in other examination which are like, okay, which are totally based on the numerical aptitude. But here in the SAT, they try to, as I have told you earlier, that they try to include the real life based problem which has the application for the mathematics. So we need to understand what the conceptual aspect of the topics, like rate of change. Slope is nothing but a kind of what? Rate of change. That means what? When we try to impose the concept of rate of change on the straight line, then we get the what? Formula of slope. But rate of change is more broader concept. Rate of change means what? That we are having two quantities which are changing, then we try to calculate that how this particular one variable is changing with respect to other one, or basically what we call to be the rate of change, right? Like if we talk about speed, what is speed? It is nothing but the rate of change in the distance with respect to time. Yes or no? Or you don't need to say that okay with respect to time, because the rate itself is calculated in that way. Are you getting my point? So rate of change is what? For the speed, that it is the rate of change of distance. Similarly, what is the slope, sir? It is the rate of change of value of y with respect to value of x. Are you getting my point? So rate of change is what? For a line, if we talk in terms of mathematics, why I'm giving you that broader and the general aspect, because they definitely form questions which are based on a real life based problem. We did those questions, okay, and also we're going to see many questions in the upcoming session. But yes, please have that much understanding. Now, if we talk about the concept of rate of change in terms of the straight line, then what it is, for a line, the constant rate of change is the slope of the line, and the slope is constant no matter what 2 points you have calculated it on the line. Now if you have been watching this video from the beginning, I don't think you will have any doubt. I've already explained this concept earlier using the questions too, but again we are repeating it. So what we are having, slope is nothing but change in y divided by change in x. It will remain constant whatever pair of points you pick. We have infinite number of points on the straight line. Whatever pair of points you pick, whatever 2 points you pick, it will always going to give you the same value of slope. Yes, those 2 points should be on the same line. You cannot pick 1 point from that line and 1 point from the line, and you see you are saying that okay, sir, I'm not getting the same value. No, that is not the case. Okay. For a curve, the average rate of change is what? Now, we are talking about what? The line. But what if they have given us a curve? Curve is not a straight line, like this is a parabola. So for a curve, the average rate of change, that means the change in y with respect to change in x, and we're talking about the average. because you can see that we will talk about the average only, because average talks about what, a big interval, right? Because curve is changing its nature at each point. That is why we are having the average terminology here. It is slope nothing but of the what, secant line. Secant line is nothing but a line that cuts the curve at more than one point. So we will calculate the slope of that line. That will be nothing but the average rate of change. So constant rate of change and average rate of change. Definitely you will see that the formula is same, but here constant rate of change is for the line. Average rate of change is here for the slope, which is nothing but the slope of the secant line. Do you have any doubt? Please tell me. Okay, I hope it is clear. So now we will move on to the next question. That is the question related to the rate of change. What is the average rate of change for this particular function? 1 by 2 times x square minus 4 as x changes from 0 to 4. Now see, if x is changing from 0 to 4, we know that for rate of change we need what, y value also, because it will be change in y divided by change in x. So we will try to calculate y value also. How? For x equal to 0, what will be the value of y? That is f of 0. This will be f of 4. What is f of 0? You can see that it is minus 4. What is f of 4? Just put it 1 by 2, 4 square minus 4. 4 square is 16 by 2 minus 4. So 8 minus 4, that is 4. What is the slope, or basically average rate of change? That will be change in y. Student, do this mistake. 4 minus 4. No, it will be 4 minus minus 4. 4 minus. This will be 8 by 4. So that will be it. Simple question, right? Yes. Okay. Now we'll move on to the next question. If an object is dropped from a cliff, very important question. Please focus on the screen. If an object dropped from a cliff, then the distance in meters it has fallen after t second is given by this particular relation. That is d of t is 4.9 t square. But they're asking what is the average speed in this particular interval. So they have provided us t equal to 1 to t equal to 3. We know that speed is rate of change of distance. So we'll calculate the distance at t equal to 1. So d of 1 is 4.9 only. What is d of 3? That will be 4.9 into 3 square. That is 9. So we want to calculate the slope or average rate of change. Average rate of change will be what? So that will be d of 3 minus d of 1 divided by 3 minus 1. So I guess this will be 4.9 into 9 minus 4.9 by 2. Got it? So basically 4.9 I'm taking out common, and I will have 9 minus 1 divided by 2. 9 minus 1 is what? 8. 8 by 2 is 4. So 4.9 into 4. 4.9 into 4 will be 19.6. Got it? You can use the calculator also, don't worry. Okay, you can use the calculator, but yes, just to show you that how we can do the calculation in easy format also. That is the reason that I did this calculation here. Okay, and trust me, don't try to be very much habitual with the calculator, because such type of calculation you should be able to do it. The purpose of mathematics is to increase your aptitude. It is not to make you slave of the some particular technology. Trust me, very hard calculation which we can understand. Okay, to save the time we can use the calculator, but even if we are using the calculator for such very simple and silly things, then we need to improve. That is it. Okay, just try to take it as a constructive thing. Okay, that we need to improve it, because trust me, once you will get that feel that okay, you are doing such basic calculation on your own, you will find that how fast you are than the calculator. This is something you can call irony or anything. Okay, but that you're going to feel on your own. Now next question. So question number 3 and 4, they are both related to same paragraph, so let us solve both the questions together. Question number 3 and 4. So refer to the following information. They have given us a graph where height of red rows, that is given in inches, and number of days. So you can see that the height of the red rows is increasing like this. So it is a curve, and they have given us that time. If time is 0, basically 0 days. At the initial point, the height is 2 inches. At 10 days, height is 3.5. Like this, at At the end of the 80 days, the height of the rose plant, or basically yes, the red rose is basically 39.4 inches. Okay, so flower plant is increased, measured every day, height h of t inches. Okay, yes. So let us solve the question. Find the average rate of change in height from 10 to 70 days. 10 to 70 days, 10 to 70, 10 to 70. What we will do, we know that average rate of change is what? That will be h of 70 minus h of 10 divided by 70 minus 10. I guess now I don't think I need to explain this particular expression. You already know. We have revised it, okay, while revising the rate of change. H of 70 is 39.2, h of 10 is 3.5, and then we have 70 minus 10 is 60. So we can calculate that. Just a second. 39.2 minus 3.5, dividing it by 60, that will be 0.595. Okay. Question number 4. Which of the following interval has the greatest average rate of change? Now this is a good question, because here this is that type of question where student definitely makes one mistake and they try to, like, okay, or they invest a lot of time, but don't do that. Just try to pick the crux of the question. Average rate of the change they're asking. So don't calculate average rate of change everywhere. Why? Because you can see that in each option we will have the denominator. Average rate of change is what? Change in height divided by change in time. You can see that in each question change in time is what? Delta t for each question. Let me write it down. Delta t for each question is what? 10, 10, 10, 10. That means what? We know that average rate of change is what? So that is delta height by delta t. If this is same and we want the greatest average rate of change, so the more change in height will be, that will give us what? More average rate of change. Are you getting my point? So delta h we will calculate. 10 to 20, 10 to 20, 10 to 20. That means what is the rate of change of height here? What is the rate of height here? Basically what? We will calculate the difference in height. Yes, right? We'll calculate the difference in height. So we have from 10 to 20. So 7.4 minus 3.5. So what it will be? Tell me. That will be 3.9. 20 to 30. 19.8 minus 7.4. 19.8 minus 7.4. So that will be, we will get what? 10, then 11, then 12. So 12.4. 30 to 40. 19.8 to 29.8. So that will be 10. Then 40 to 50. So 33.4 and 29.8. Basically, it will be definitely be less than 10, because you can see that. So clearly, this is the answer. So no need to calculate for each one. Just see that, okay, what you are getting. Once you get the sense, you will get the answer very quickly. So option B is correct. Got it? That why we only concerned and why we only considered the change in height only to find the highest rate of greatest rate of change, because delta t, the denominator was same for all the options. So we only compared the numerator. The more greater value of the numerator will be, more greater the average rate of change will be. Okay, so definitely this is the ultimate thing. Now see, these type of things do matter. Okay, there was one student, I guess she gave her SAT last year. I don't exactly remember. It was the attempt for August, or if it is was the attempt for the November. But trust me, at the beginning of the, like, okay, when the batch started for her, so in the very first one or two sessions, okay, I was thinking that, okay, if she'll be able to score a decent score. Why? Because of the lack of understanding she was having. She was a, like, okay, grade 12 student. Now in SAT we have that, okay, particular thing in mind, that any student who is of grade 11, grade 12 should be able to, at least a grade 12 student should be able to get the concept. But it is not necessary. Okay, we should never judge anybody on the basis of what knowledge they perceive. This can be some criteria, but yes, when we are at an equal level, right? But sometimes somebody has, like, okay, definitely face some different level of factors that you have not. So definitely we cannot compare the things. But yes, in the very beginning session, I thought that, okay, I need to work hard a little bit. I need to teach her at that much basic level. But what I did that, okay, when I asked her that, what will be a commitment? Okay, definitely, if you have come in the class, definitely you want to give the SAT and you want to score good. But what are your expectations? See, trust me, the very first thing that she told me that, no, sir, I'm going to do my best. That is all I can say right now. I don't know that what score I will get. but that is something that okay, after many years any teacher has asked me this thing that what are your expectations, because every time the teacher like okay try to portray like okay myself that okay you are not good with the studies, but definitely okay that's something she told to me that okay she praised about me, but yes, let leave that thing alone. But yes, I really liked her answer that okay I'm going to do my best, and trust me she really like okay in let's say 10 to 12 sessions she improved her that much at that much level. She scored 716 mathematics. Can you even believe it? 716 mathematics. I guess 760, 770, but for sure it was 750 plus. I can bet on that. She scored 716 mathematics. So that was something that okay I really love to share with my students. Okay, the new students, because this was that story that you can take the inspiration from, that it does not matter that from where you're starting. Okay, and it also like okay actually does not matter that where you are like okay ending your journey. It is what like okay where you are going through, what you have been going through, what is the journey that you are enjoying, what is the journey, what are the experiences that you are taking, even from a very basic examination even to like very life changing experiences. Always your focus should be that what are the things that I'm going to learn from. That is it. Okay, leave the tomorrow on tomorrow only. Okay, whatever you have with your past, try to learn with the good things, but that is something that I'm going to tell you, try to live in present, because that is something that you can change right away right now, right? You cannot do anything about tomorrow, you cannot do anything with the past. So this is something I hope you're able to understand, that even a very basic test in the class test okay can change your mindset. Okay, so this is something that you're preparing for the SAT exam, a very life changing exam for you, because you're going to get into the university. College life is, trust me, that something like okay if anybody asks me that what is the golden period of your life till like okay whatever you have lived till yet, okay what is the most happy part of your life, I will say that the college life, because that is something that I'm going to cherish for whole my life, because I've got friends, I've got so much facilities, and trust me like okay that environment that I can bet that I don't know if I get it anytime in the future or anytime in my life. So try to score really good in the examination, try to build that character. Once you'll get into some really good college, you will understand the importance of getting into a good college, because that is something that can drastically change your life. Okay, so now we'll start with the next step. So next step we have is the parallel and the perpendicular line. So parallel and perpendicular line. So again, so we have completed the rate of change and the linear function. So basic part is we have completed regarding the straight line. Now we are actually jumping into what more specific topics. Parallel and perpendicular lines. You only need to understand two conditions. Parallel lines means what? The distance between them neither increases nor decreases. Okay, it will always be constant. Okay, for lines being parallel, the slope value will be same. Remember that. But that is true for coincident line also. We have coincident line means what? Which lies on each other. Okay, for them also the slope will be same. But there is one condition that separates coincident with the parallel line. What is that? That in coincident line we have what, we have b1 equals to b2. Basically the y-intercept is also same, but in lines being parallel slope will be same, but no way the y-intercept will be same. Remember that. If we talk about the perpendicular line, we have the product of the slope of both the lines equal to minus 1, or you can say that you can write down the slope of one line to be the negative reciprocal of the other one. Remember that. You can note down, you can learn it in any way, that slope of the product of the slope is negative 1, or slope of one line will be negative reciprocal of the other one. These are the two things that you need to know. Let us now focus on the questions. So we have three questions. Let us do them quickly. So here we talk about the question number one. Which of the following is an equation for the line which passes through this point and is parallel to this? So try to understand. See, with the questions you will be understanding how to approach the question. So please see the question carefully. Try to attempt them. Okay, and if you're not able to do, then try to understand the explanation. Please. Okay, but focus here. So they're asking for a line which passes through minus 4 comma minus 1. Now you will find many videos on the internet, many materials on the internet. Okay, put this points in the option, eliminate the things. Elimination is not something that works everywhere in an efficient manner. Please understand that point. Okay, like if somebody is saying that, okay, don't try to follow it blindly. Okay, sometimes, okay, mathematics is a very beautiful subject, so try to at least respect that in that manner, that okay, conceptual understanding will definitely going to make you pass this exam with, like, okay, trust me, the score whatever you have been dreaming of. So that is something that you can achieve only through conceptual understanding, because few questions that I'm telling you that okay, that can be done quickly using the tip or any trick. But yes, few questions are based on the conceptual clarity, so we should quickly understand them and do the question and understand it. So which of the following is an equation for the line passing through minus 4 comma y, and this is parallel. Now if that line which we want to calculate the equation of, it is parallel to this, so I can see that 4x minus 2y, so I can write 2y equal to 4x minus 3, or I can write y equal to 2x minus 3 by 2. The slope of this line is 2, so the slope of this line should also be 2 because both are parallel. If I get slope value, if I know the point, how we are going to write the equation of line, sir? Basically what that will be, now you can apply that elimination, because you can see that slope is 2, that means what, slope is 2, that means what, this and this will be rejected. And now you can check that which point, which equation is being satisfied by minus 4 comma 1, minus 4 comma 1. So you can see that if you put minus 4 in the b part, 2 times minus 4, minus 8, minus 8 plus 9, positive 1, that you're getting. So b option is correct. So blindly doing anything is never going to help you out. If it is like being like benefiting you, like okay, for 2 3 instances, but you don't know that okay, in the next very moment it can be disaster for you. Okay, so try to utilize any resource in that efficient manner that can actually give you what, the positive output in future at any point. Okay, this is something that you need to build the trust with the resources. Okay, now, question number two, which of the following is equation for the line, but that is perpendicular to this? We know that if we go for this line, so again 2y will be equal to 4x minus 3. That means y equal to 2x minus 3, right? So if the slope is 2 here, what is the slope of the line whose which will be perpendicular? If I take line L, line is perpendicular to this line, so slope of line L should be negative reciprocal of 2, so minus 1 by 2. So clearly I can see that this will be rejected, this will be rejected. Out of these two should be the answer. Now I will check that which equation is being satisfied by minus 4 comma 1. If I put it here, so minus 4 by minus 2 minus 1. So 2 minus 1, 1. So A is correct. Got it? Okay. So A is correct. Now we'll go for the question number 3. Understood both the question, explanation of both the question? Please tell me if you have any doubt. Please put a yes or no in the comment section. Okay, next question. Which of the following is a linear equation for the line that is parallel to 3x plus 4y 12? And okay, so we need to find the equation of line which is parallel to 3x plus 4y equals to 12. From here I can see that 4y equals to minus 3x plus 12, or y equals to minus 3 by 4x plus 12 by 4 will be 3. So slope of this line is minus 3 by 4. So the line that I am looking for, which is parallel to this, should also have the slope minus 3 by 4. Clearly I can see that this will be rejected, this will be rejected. Only these two are. Now point is minus 2 comma minus 3. So this should be y minus y1 equal to m times x minus x1. But y is minus 3, so this will become y plus 3. And this will become x plus 2 because it is minus 2. So D is absolutely correct. So I don't think that you will require more than a minute. Let's say even if you are slow with the calculation, which is absolutely fine. But yes, it should be up to the mark that you should be able to do the question well within the time limit. Okay. But yes, you should be able to do this question, let's say with max 1 minute. Okay, max 1 minute. Okay, so this is all about the perpendicular and the parallel line. So we have finished three steps: linear function, rate of change, and the perpendicular and the parallel lines. Do you have any doubt till here? Please tell me. Please give me yes or no. Okay, so now we'll move on to the next question. Basically, we don't have the question, we have the next step, that is step 4. So step 4 is basically what? It is the midpoint and the distance between 2 points. So basically, we have a topic from the coordinate geometry, the basics of coordinate geometry or the Cartesian plane theory. So which is nothing but step 4. Let us quickly understand the concept, then we will do the questions. So now you need to understand one thing very carefully. What is that? That is, let me show you here. First thing is what? That is the distance formula. Distance formula simply says what? That if you have a line segment like this, okay, let's say A point is x1 comma y1, and if we have a point B that is x2 comma y2. So if we want to calculate this length AB, that will be given by what? That will be simply be given by the formula. We have y2 minus y1 square plus x2 minus x1 square. Here I am not going to only write the formula. The only like two things that I want to mention. It does not matter you take the difference of y first or x first. Okay. Ultimately, it is a summation of square. So no worries about that. What is the second thing is that it does not matter you take y2 minus y1 or y1 minus y2 or x1 minus x2 or x2 minus x1. It is the what? Definitely ultimately we have to square it. So square absorbs the negative sign. So it does not matter. So remember that. Don't try to confuse yourself that in which manner or which sequence I have to take the points. You can take it in any way. Okay. So this is the distance formula. Then what is the next thing? That is the we have the section formula. Section formula. If we talk about section formula, then you need to understand one thing. What is that? That let's say if I have a line segment like this on which the endpoints are A, which has the coordinate x1 comma y1, B, which has the point x2 comma y2, and if I have a point P which lies between A and B, which divides the line segment AB in the ratio of m is to n. What does this mean? Basically, that AP by BP, this ratio of the length is m by n. Basically, m is to n. Remember that. This means simply this thing. Got it? Now you need to understand one thing, that if the coordinates of P is x and y, and we can calculate it. How? Understand it. Learn the formula right away. Okay? M into x2 mx2 plus n into x1 nx1 divided by m plus n. Same thing you will do with what? Y. What it will be? Basically, we have A, we have B. So what you're going to do? You're going to multiply m with y2 and n with y1. Cross multiply. So you will get what? M by 2 plus n by 1, and again you will have m plus n. Now you can see that you will know the value of m and n. You will know the value of x1 and x2. You will know the value of m and n and y1 and y2. And you will be able to get the value of x and y. Got it? Got it? So basically what you need to understand one thing, that not always they are going to ask you this value x and y. They can give you this value, or they can ask you let's say value of x1 or let's say value of y2. So you need to understand this particular thing, that we should be ready for any scenario. But if you're clear with this concept, with this formula, I don't see anything that is going to create problem for you. Okay. But one very solid understanding, which is more like okay, the question, the high chances, okay, for the question which should come in the examination will be based on the midpoint formula. So let us quickly understand that what do we mean by midpoint formula. Simple. Midpoint formula means what? That's a we are going to have the P point as the midpoint. If P point is the midpoint, that means what? We will assume m and n equal to 1. If m and n equal to 1, so put it here. If m and n is 1, so x2 plus x1 by 1 plus 1, that is 2. So we'll automatically get x as x1 plus x2 by 2 and y as y1 plus y2. So this is the total thing for the section formula and what we have regarding the, let me zoom it a little bit. That is what we have regarding the midpoint formula and the section formula. Do you have any doubt in it? Please tell me if you have any doubt. Understood? Understood? Okay. Now we'll do the question practice. So here in total we are having 5 questions. So with the help of 5 questions, we will understand that how we're going to apply the or how we're going to use the concept for the midpoint formula and the section formula and also the distance formula. Okay. Now question number one. In the xy plane, the midpoint of AB is 10, comma 4. If the coordinates of A are 5, comma 1, what are the coordinates of point B? See, I told you that this type of question will come. They might not ask you directly the midpoint formula, but they can ask you in such way that they can provide you the midpoint, but they're asking you the endpoints. Okay, so this is something you need to be ready of, because only you can get the answer if you know how to apply the formula. Because you know that 10 will be what? If I assume B to be, let's say, you can assume it to be, let's say, h comma k. So 10 will be what? It should be 5 plus h by 2. What will be 4? It should be 1 plus k by 2. So from here, this will be 10 times to 20. 20 is equals to 5 plus h, or h will be 15. From here, k plus 1 is 8, or we can see that k is 7. So 15 comma 7. So I guess hardly 30 seconds to solve this question. Okay. A question based on the midpoint formula. Got the solution? Understood? Give me yes or no in the comment section. Okay. Now basically what we will do, we will move on to the next question. So here you can see that if point M, that is nothing but 5 comma minus 3, is the midpoint of this line segment. Now they're asking the value of A. So again, a very basic type of question. I'm giving you 30 seconds and I want the value of A. Come on, quickly tell me which option is correct. C. Okay. So basically, what again you should be ready with what? So you know 5, but I want that you don't only read it 5. You try to read 5 as what? Yes, 2a plus b by 2, or basically 2a plus b should be 10. Equation 1. Then minus 3 should be equal to what? B plus a by 2, or basically a plus b is minus 6. Equation 2. We want the value of a. If we want the value of a, we want to eliminate what? We want to eliminate b. So 2a plus b is 10, a plus b is minus 6. Whenever we want to subtract or whenever we want to eliminate one particular variable, we try to equate its coefficient. Yes or no? We try to equate its coefficient. So here already b is same. Basically the coefficient of b is same in both the equation. Now if you want to subtract it, we will change the sign of the terms. It is positive a, it will become negative a, it will become negative b, it will become plus 6. 2a minus a, b minus b cancel out. 10 plus 6 is 16. So a is 16. So see, very simple question. Got it? Let me erase it. Option C is correct. All other are wrong. Okay? A is wrong. It should be C. I hope you got it that why we are getting C as the correct option. Okay. Now we will move on to the next question. That is question number 3. So what we are having, line segment AB has end points A, that is minus 6 comma 5, and B is 14 comma 10. But now they're saying that if a point P is there for which AP is to BP is having the ratio 2 is to 3, basically AP is to BP is proportionate to 2 is to 3, what are the coordinates of point P? So let me show you that in the examination. No need to draw this diagram, or you can use it because it will actually reduce the chances of what, having any silly mistake or doing any silly mistake. So A point is minus 6 comma 5, B point is 14 comma 10, P point we want to calculate that, but here you can see that this is the ratio 2 is to 3. Now see the options: 4, 7.5, 2, 7, 6, 4.8, 3, 6. So no need to go for both the values of x and y. Basically for both x and y, just calculate one, because you can see that x values are different for all the options. So I'm going to calculate only value of x. So x will be what? 2 times 14, 3 times minus 6, divided by 2 plus 3, 5. 2 times 14 is 28. 6 times 3 is basically 18. That is with minus 18 by 5. 10 by 5. That is 2. So option B is correct. So in such question also, they will try to give you the information in such way that it becomes an easy task for you to choose the correct option. Okay. I hope you're getting the idea behind the question and how we are solving it out very quickly, just on the basis of section formula. I've seen student only cramming out the midpoint formula. Okay, that is a good thing, but we don't have any idea if a question comes over the section formula. So please be ready for that and learn that formula also. That is the generalized version, and a very specific uh, case for that of the section formula is what, the midpoint formula. Okay, so I hope you have got the solution. So let us move on to the next question. Question number 4. I'm giving you 40 seconds to solve this question. Come on, give me the answer. What should be the answer for question number 4? See, you can see that I'm hardly giving you 40, 60, 45, or 30 seconds to solve any question, because I know that once you will develop, or once you build that conceptual understanding, conceptual clarity for any particular topic in the SAT math syllabus, I don't think that any question they try to give you in the examination which will take 2-3 minutes. Okay, there are few questions which definitely require 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes. We'll do such type of question also, but these basic topics, definitely the question based on them will come in that manner that you will be able to do it in, let's say, within a time frame of, let's say, 1 minute. So we need to practice in that way. We need to prepare ourselves in that way, because we cannot afford, like, okay, spending too much time on these type of questions. Are you getting my point? So that is something that you should be clear about every time, okay, while preparing for the SAT. So let us quickly now see the solution for this particular question. Anybody will tell me what is the option? Okay, option C you are telling me, 2 comma minus 5. Okay, we'll check that out. So it is saying that in triangle ABC, we have the XY plane, the coordinates of the point A are. So we are having a triangle ABC. Okay. They're saying that coordinates of A are minus 4 comma 4. The coordinates of point B are 4 comma 4. Area is 24. So if I go like, okay, I'm trying to put the exact coordinate. 4 comma 4 is here. Minus 4 comma 4 will be what? That will be here. This is A, this is B, right? Yes. No. A is this, minus 4 comma 4, B is 4 comma 4. Now they are saying that triangle ABC is having the area 24. Okay. But which of the following could be the coordinate of points? Now this is a good question. This is a very good question, because this is something like, this falls in that category of the question where you have to apply some aptitude, that okay, it is not totally based on the calculation part or the numerical basis. You need to think that okay, what can happen? What can be the scenario? So here you can see that they've given you the triangle ABC. We know that area of any triangle is 1 by 2 into base into height. But we don't know about the third vertex here. They've given us that it is 24, but they're asking that which following could be the coordinate of point C. Now we know one thing. What is that? That first of all, if we go for the base AB, right? Why I'm assuming it base AB? Because wherever it is C, then we'll try to calculate the what? The height. But yes, if I assuming AB to be base, if I assume AB to be base, what is the length of base AB? If this is 4 comma 4, if this is minus 4 comma 4, what is the length? This is also 4, this is also 4. So this is going to be 8, AB is 8. If base we know that area is what? 1 by 2 base into height, so 1 by 2 into 8 into height, this should be 24. 2 times 4, 8, so 8 should be 6. So height should be 6. So we know that height should be 6, that means the C coordinate should be at 6 unit from what? This particular line, because AB is a horizontal line, right? So to go or to have a height of 6 unit, the point C should lie 6 unit perpendicular. Okay, it can be anywhere, but yes, at this height or at this height, right? Now we know that if I move from y equal to 4, because this line is having y equal to 4, and if I move 6 units above, this will become y equal to 10. If I move 6 units down, this is 4, so this should be 2, so this will be y equal to minus 2. Now you try to see which question, which option in this particular 4 options, okay, having the coordinate y as 10 or minus 2. Clearly there is no option where we can see that y is minus 2. Only option which has y is 10, that is B option. So that is why it is correct. So you can understand C is wrong. Okay, that means C is wrong. Now you can understand that the level of question, that it was not only based on what simple thing that okay, just apply the midpoint formula, section formula. You need to understand the idea also, that what is happening. Okay, that you need to apply sometime that aptitude, you need to apply that critical thinking, you need to apply that okay, that you need to go with that imagination also, that okay, what will happen. Okay, so that is I'm telling you that okay, anybody can score a decent score, a mediocre score, but to score really well, you need to prepare yourself in that way. And that's why the SATLAS is providing you that platform where you can actually get all the guidance and all the mentorship. That is more than enough to get that dream score. Okay, now I'm sorry. Now let us do the last question of the day. Okay, so question number 5. If we talk about question number 5, it is nothing but a comma 3, b comma 8 is there. The distance is 13, so they're asking a minus b. Modulus of a minus b. Basically, what do we mean by modulus? It always gives us positive value. So we know the distance formula will be what? X2 minus x1, so a minus b. So you can take b minus a. Yes, that is also fine. Okay, a minus b square, 3 minus 8 square, this distance is 30. So from here, if we take the square on both sides, so a minus b square plus 3 minus 8 will be minus 5, but its square is going to be 5 square is 25. If we take the square on both sides, so 13 square is 169. A minus b square is 169 minus 25, that is what? 144. That means a minus b, basically the modulus of it will be what? Square root of 144, because we are going to take the square root, which will be what? 12. Option C is correct. So that is very simple question. Okay, I don't think that we need much more in this particular question. These type of question will definitely be there. Definitely you can expect that. But yes, if there is some good question, we need to be extra careful about that. Okay. Now what we will have. So this is all about today's session. I guess yes, we have finished this particular topic, that is midpoint and distance between 2 points. So in the next session, we are going to continue from the next step. Okay, that is the next topic. So this is all about today's session. I hope you really enjoyed the session, and also you them like, if you have watched the session okay with full focus, and trust me, this is one of the most like okay efficient and one of the most like okay that quality session. Trust me, I can bet on that. Okay, because I know that I teach on the point. Okay, I teach on the exact criteria that is required for the SAT exam. So that is something that you can totally trust on the SATLAS platform. Okay, that is something that you can trust on this particular thing. But yes, you need that extra bit of hard work. So for that, if you need any mentorship or anything, you can definitely connect, or you can fill out the Google form or anything like okay, you can check out the description for the concerned links. Okay, now we are going to keep bringing such sessions, so for that you need to be extra attentive and what aware about all the updates. For that you need to subscribe the channel and definitely need to hit that bell icon so that you can get all the updates, right? So these are the basic things. Now if we talk about the next session, so definitely tomorrow we have at 9 p.m. ist the SAT reading section by Miss Maumita, and she's really doing good regarding the content. So basically you need, I think that okay, you should attend all the sessions in the live mode so that you can learn as much as you can and you can clear all your doubts. Okay, and I guess we're going to meet very soon, maybe 1 or 2 days after. The information you'll easily get. Okay, just subscribe the channel, you will get all the information well within the time. Okay, so thank you very much, and please